Hey everyone, Manaji here of Divine Catalyst, and I want to thank you for liking my Facebook page and for joining this online community. My hopes is that I get to serve some medicine in some way that can uplift you, inspire you, benefit you, and further you along on the path of healing and spiritual realization of your own divinity. So that's really what Divine Catalyst is all about. Supporting people in their ongoing process of self-discovery, activating maybe the divine knowledge that is innate within the heart of every human being. And but mostly, I want to speak a lot to the resurgence of the sacred masculine that's going on the planet right now. It's really important that we understand that there's a huge movement happening. Men are waking up and becoming more conscious. They're realizing that this old paradigm, this patriarchal paradigm, isn't really working. It's destructive. So this shift in the masculine, it's a spiritual awakening. It's about integrating the feminine aspect of our personality. So as a man, I understand the warrior mode. You know, I took martial arts. I still take martial arts. I love it. But I'm also a healer and a Qigong practitioner, a Reiki master. I practice all sorts of energy modalities. But there is this union that takes place within as you further along the path, the spiritual path. The masculine and feminine come together within. They balance out and they merge. That's called the alchemical marriage. And that happens through healing the wounding that has taken place from our culture, our society, our patriarchal society. That is a key. You know, our society is based in masculine principles. You know, you look at how competitive everyone is. You know, that is a very masculine trait. You know, if you look at a matriarchal society, one that's more based in feminine qualities, you'll see that everything's circular and connects, and everything's relational. That's a more feminine quality, and so that's the kind of stuff that tends to be tends to come to the forefront of our existence when we start to integrate the masculine and feminine within. And so men are in desperate need of healing. Women are in desperate need of healing. A lot of women have been wounded by this culture, and you're seeing it all over the place. I mean, you got the Me Too movement going on, and praise to the women for rising up, and using their voices and speaking out. This is such a courageous act, and I can't praise you all enough for doing that work, because that's what it takes. You know, with my partner Alethea, she would constantly call me out and ask me to take responsibility for my thoughts, my words, my actions. And I realized that a lot of these acquired behaviors and perceptions were based upon the programming that I received from our patriarchal society. And so even though my foundation was to respect women, because I was raised by my mom, and I have to say my mom is such a strong woman. She had been through so much abuse in her life, and had raised 7 of us kids, and none of the men that were in her life were very supportive, emotionally or otherwise. They're just kind of absent. And so I have to say to my mom, you know, you raised me to be who I am today, to respect women based on what I witnessed in her actions and how strong she was. And so, yeah, we have to begin to look at these patterns within ourselves. You know, I've seen locker room talk, men degrading women. I had to speak up about it, say, hey, man, what are you doing? That's not right. And that's how it begins, is when us as men step up to the plate and we start holding other men accountable. It may seem a bit uncomfortable in your confrontation, but there's a peaceful way of doing it, and one that's more constructive instead of destructive. But it also just starts within. You know, we have to look at what's going on within us as men. You know, what's pulling on us? What are we drawn to? Because the truth is, we're getting peppered left and right in our subconscious mind from all the media, from all the movies. I mean, you'll see it's run rampant throughout our entire culture. It's just a constant degradation of the feminine. And so the resurgence of the divine masculine, or the sacred masculine, is one that is more heart-centered. It's more spiritual in nature. It's about men coming back to their own divinity, reclaiming their power and their authenticity and their right to express freely their emotions and love. We want to talk about relationships constantly. I see that all the time, you know. Everyone's talking about relationships. And we have to first develop the relationship with our own selves. We have to first delve into that connection with our own essence, our own spirit. And in doing so, it raises our awareness, it raises our consciousness, and we will begin to see that, you know, we're all equal, you know, within our consciousness. We're all one. And so that everything will come into balance sooner or later. But I just want to say thank you, everyone, for liking my page, Divine Catalyst. There's so much knowledge I wish to share from my experiences. You know, I've been on this spiritual journey for 10 years. That may sound like a not very long time, but I have to tell you that I have devoted every waking moment to this work. And I'm not even exaggerating. I devote every waking moment to this alchemy within, the merging of masculine and feminine, and the cleaning out of all the programming, all the destructive thought patterns and habits that we acquire through our culture and our paradigm. And so this is a cleansing that occurs in the mind, and a cleansing that occurs in the heart and soul. And so I'm honored to be here as a mentor, a teacher, a guide for other men, and also women as well, because I know women need a positive male role model or healer in their lives. You know, how many women have been wounded by the hands of men? And so I can assist women, the feminine as well, in a balanced manner, in a grounded way. You know, it's not about competition. It's not about being above or below anybody. But these core issues of self-esteem have to be dealt with as well. You know, as I've had to do that in myself. And so when we feel like, you know, when we feel insecure or we have low self-esteem, it can trigger within us this feeling of like a threatened state of being, you know. And so we'll want to like lash out at people that carry a lot of light, and so that's a pattern I'm seeing throughout the culture these days. Is you have people that are I think they call them trolls. They go through all these videos and they lash out at those people that are speaking the truth. They're standing in their power, and they're expressing themselves with authenticity. And so, anyway, thank you all for everything you're doing out there, for all those other light workers out there, and all the women speaking their truth, and all the men coming back into balance within themselves. Praise you, I praise you all and I thank you all. You're doing great work. And I know it can be hard out there. I know it can be difficult with all the different stimuli that's coming in psychically, energetically, and just throughout this culture. And continue to keep your chin up. Continue to do the good work, the great work, and just know that I'm here to be of service. And there'll be more videos to come. So many blessings to you all. Thank you.